first date. Well, it wasn't really a date, but I'll tell you about when we started going out. I had invited Kristen to come to our church because we had a night of worship. And after that, we're like, well, let's go get a coffee. And so we drove to Tim Hortons, and it was really busy, so we decided to just go through the drive-thru and then get our coffees and go back to the park. And as we're walking through, we walked through the park for a while, and then we sat on the swings. And throughout the course of the conversation, we both revealed that we liked each other, and we were just sitting on swings like a bunch of school kids. We decided that we'd start going out.
The first official date, we went, where did we go? Oh, we went to a place called Eastside Mario's for dinner, and I think that the description would be awkward and nervous. We were very awkward, and it was very nervous. We went there, then we went to the mall, and then we went for coffee, then we went home, and he paid. So that was good.
I love how she'll always greet me with a hug and tell me that she loves me. I love how she's supportive of what I do, and she's pretty good at telling me that.
He texts me good morning every day. He tells me he loves me, I'm beautiful, every day without fail. He's good with money, and he is really a hard worker, and he's diligent with his homework. I have to say he has self-discipline. So those are good habits, so that affects all areas of his life except for picking up after himself. But yeah.
I kind of dread that she might get really mad at me if I'm not as clean as her.
His messy behavior. I would say his heart. He has, I think, one of the kindest hearts, and he would do anything for me. And just his selfless love for me, I think, is what I love about him, and his love for God. And yeah, he's a really nice guy, and he's really nice to look at.
I think the biggest thing is her love for God and just her desire to follow God. And she's probably the easiest person to talk to that I've ever met. A lot of people I don't have, it's not easy for me to talk to them. She's really easy to talk to, and it's a lot of fun to be around. We share a lot of similar goals and ideas in life.
I knew it in October. We started dating August 16th, 2009. And I figured it out in October of 2009 because my mother said, "Can you imagine life without Justin?" And I actually kind of teared up just a little bit, and I just was like, I realized I couldn't picture life without him, and I knew I loved him for real.
It was near the beginning of December of 2009, and I was reflecting on a verse in Corinthians about what love is, and I realized that really applied to everything that I felt about Kristen, and that's when I realized I loved her.
Wow.
And it took me a lot of self-control to not say I love you before the next time I saw her.
We were going for a walk, and we walked in front of the church that one day we thought, oh, if we get married, that would be a nice church to get married in.
It was the corner of Ingerman and Victoria Street in front of the Trinity United Church.
Justin decided to ask if he could kiss me.
I asked her if I could kiss her, and she said yes.
It was good. He proposed on February I want to say the 20th, or something. I think it's February 19th, and he totally had me tricked. So it was a long story.
Kristen had found out that I had ordered a ring, so I had to spin an elaborate tale so that she wouldn't know when it was coming. I could still surprise her because she had two stipulations: that one, she was surprised, and two, that it wasn't public. So that was a little hard because she knew I had ordered a ring.
He totally fooled me, and I didn't think I was going to be getting proposed to that night at all. And so, because he totally lied about not having a ring, and then apparently he had a ring.
So I told her I had the ring ordered and I knew when I could pick it up. So I had to come up with a time when I could go and pick it up and she wouldn't suspect anything. So I told her that I had to stay late and finish a project at school, and I could only do it at school. It was on a Friday. In that time I drove to Toronto, picked up the ring, and drove back, and she called me a couple times during that time when I was stuck in traffic, and I told her I was still working on my project. And then I had her convinced that I was picking up the ring the next week, and she came over.
He invited me over for supper, and so I just walked up into my house with an I Love My Boyfriend t-shirt, messy hair, glasses, and there was...
When she walked in the door, I had our favorite song playing in the background. It was Fields of Gold by Sting, and I had this big heart made out of candles in the foyer.
The landing of his, or the foyer of his home, there was candles all over the place, and then he was in the center, and then I opened the door and there was our song in the background.
I was kneeling down in the center of it and asked her to marry me.
And he proposed.
She said yes.